You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Young and the Restless fans. Soap Dirt on YouTube here, and we have got your Young and the Restless weekly spoilers for Monday, July 3rd, all the way through Friday, July 7th. There's a lot to unpack, including information on what you can expect on Independence Day, July 4th, in terms of a new episode or a rerun. There's a lot of Sharon and Nick and Adam and Victor and Audra this week. We are going to dig into it right now, but if you haven't, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Y&R updates and news. And now let's dig in. Monday, July 3rd on Young and the Restless, Season 50, Episode 182. Adam Newman is going to run into his stepmom, Nikki, in the park, and as we predicted, she is going to offer him condolences, and she's going to be very sweet to him, but she's very worried about what she sees and hears and calls on Victor, and then Victor takes Adam by surprise, running into him while he's out, and he talks to his son, and he's seeing the anger, and he is seeing that Adam is focused on work and also focused on taking down Newman Media, and he doesn't like that, and the father and son are going to kind of have a little to do. Plus, Sharon Newman is hoping for a fresh start on Monday, and to make that happen, she and Nick Newman burn Cameron's stuff that he sent, except for the paperwork related to the company, because it looks like she wants to sell the company and donate the money to a worthy cause. Also on Monday, Kyle Abbott goes all out when he tries to wow Audra Charles. They've been flirting, they've been hot and heavy, and he is going to send her flowers and diamond earrings on Monday. No doubt she will be impressed that her playing it cool act is definitely working for her. All right, Nikki also has an issue with her daughter Victoria and goes off on her on Monday about sidelining Nick and making moves that make it seem like that Nick is going to be permanently out at Newman Enterprises, which is no doubt what Victoria has planned. On Tuesday, July 4th, as we predicted in the 2-week spoilers, it will be a rerun here in the U.S. They had listed the July 4th episode as new on both the Comcast Cable Guide and in TV Guide, but we figured, but because of the WGA strike, that they were going to relent on that and air a rerun instead so they can save one more scripted episode to try and fight the pressure of this writer's strike. Sure enough, they are airing a July 3rd, 1992 episode. This is John Abbott hosting a poolside party with Chancellors and Winters and Abbotts all there hanging out. If you love classic episodes, this one is, 31 years old? So it's older than a lot of people's children that watch this soap, so don't miss that if you'd love to see John Abbott. All right, Wednesday, July 5th on Young and the Restless, it is Season 50, Episode 183, and we are going to see Summer Newman facing some consequences. Are these the consequences of conspiring with Phyllis, or are these the consequences of lying to Kyle about it? So I'm not sure. The promo for the week ahead shows her back at the Abbott mansion and confronting Kyle and then calling Harrison down to talk about everything. So maybe she has to tell Harrison that she messed something up and is moving out instead of blaming Kyle. Doing that would be the classy thing to do, the high road, but we'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Jack talks to Kyle about his position at Marchetti, because with Summer running, being high up, running Marchetti as like the design whatever, he doesn't think it's a good idea for Kyle to continue working at Marchetti because he thinks that that's something that Summer should be able to keep since she has lost everything else and is facing charges and her mom is facing charges. So I have to wonder, Jack sounds like he's trying to entice Kyle to get back with Summer so that he can stay running Marchetti, because Kyle quickly sees that there's not a lot of room left in the upper echelons of Jabot for him because Billy is in there as CEO and Jack is helping run things. So I'm also wondering if Kyle might not end up over at Newman Media with Audra, which would be totally skeevy. Also on Wednesday, Devon Hamilton surprises his sister Lily Winters. Thursday, July 6, 2023 on Y&R, episode 184 of season 50 has Victor Newman confronting Audra. This is a scene from the promo in addition to being a fresh spoiler for this day. I have to imagine that he has heard that she has been seen canoodling with Kyle, and Victor's probably going to try and scare her away from Kyle to help his granddaughter Summer Newman's marriage, but Audra doesn't seem like the kind of girl who's going to listen. I mean, if she can land Kyle, then she doesn't really need that job, right? So I'm interested to see how much sass she might give back to Victor, because she also feels confident that she has both Nate and Victoria shielding her, because Victoria generally seems to get along with her and like her ambition, and Victoria's not listening to Victor at all, and she's the one who runs Newman Enterprises and Newman Media. So will Audra have the nerve to sass the mustache? Maybe. We also see that day later in the week that Nick Newman hits Adam with an ultimatum. I have to imagine that this is about Sally Spectra, because Nick has already said Sally doesn't want to see you, leave her alone, but Adam's not going to do that. Also on Thursday, Chelsea Lawson gets an offer that she didn't expect. Is this something to do with her video game design thing? We will have to see. As the week on Y&R closes down on Friday, July 7th, it is season 50, episode 185. Before we dig into those spoilers, if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Y&R updates, and click a like if you're enjoying these spoilers. So on Friday, Nick needs some advice from Sharon. I assume this is about Sally and her grief. I mean, I hope it is, because Nick doesn't seem to be focusing all that much on her. He still seems focused on Sharon, and I think he needs to get over there and do something about his grieving girlfriend. Meanwhile, Adam makes an impression when he's dealing with Sally Spectra. Maybe he's going to impress Sally because he keeps showing up while Nick keeps bailing out. We will have to wait and see. Let us know in the comments below what you're most excited to see next week on Y&R.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.